we are experiencing God's preparation for what's going to come our way every single day. God's preparing us every day for exactly what he knows is coming towards us. So I want to break this verse down with that theme in the background. We're focusing on the preparation, the table and the cup that God is preparing for us every single day. In verse 5, we reckon with the first thought there, thou preparest a table. Before we discuss where the table is set up, let's focus on the fact that God prepares a table. All the days of my life, every day, God is preparing a table for me. The table represents provision. God making provision available, not on some days, every day. This is dealing with all the days of my life. As I look backwards and I look forward, I have to see the evidence that God has prepared a table for me. The table represents provision, but also on the provisional table, whatever's on the table is going to be usable for the day that we are in. So every day, God is preparing us for what's coming towards us inside of this day. On that table, God is making available what we need to make it through this day. So this is the teaching point that I want you to grab a hold of. It says the table is prepared in the presence of my enemies. I told you, and we've been trying to set this up. Every day we are going to experience the fact that there's a shadow in every day. Life and death coexist. Good and bad coexist inside of every day. And in this verse, it shows us that the table is prepared even in the presence of my opposition. The enemy represents the opposing factors, the opposition, the things that are against us inside of this day. But note this. God says, but it doesn't mean that you're not prepared to face it. Oh, I hope you get hold of this. Just because opposition is present in the day that we are experiencing doesn't mean God hasn't prepared us to face the opposition. Very similar to our previous lesson with the fact that we are walking through the valley of the shadow of death. Just because we are walking towards or walking in something that we don't like doesn't mean we have to run away from it. And in this verse, we discovered that even when opposition is present doesn't mean I'm not prepared. Oh, I want to say that again. Just because opposition is present doesn't mean I'm not prepared to deal with it. I am prepared. Why? Because God prepared a table in the presence of opposition. Those things or even people that are against me. You know, in life, sometimes it's not just circumstances that are against you. Sometimes real people are against you. But just because someone opposes you doesn't mean you're not prepared to challenge the opposition. You're not prepared to face your opposition.